How about this? UK holidaymakers face Easter travel chaos. What would Jesus do, Dana?
Jesus would probably stay home. At least that's what I would like to do. I've been doing a few different trips. In fact, we had to go to Dubai, and I had the worst time just trying to get out of the country. So the fact that 800 plus flights have been canceled, we are in a huge crisis when it comes to labor shortages, especially at a time when there's not exactly the pro-immigrant sentiment, is that we might need them after all.
Yeah, too right. And this is, you flew to Dubai.
Yeah, but it was too far to swim.
Too far to swim, right. But obviously you went for comedy and Leo as a sex tourist. But
I don't know if Dubai would be my first choice as a sex tourist.
I've seen the camera roll on your phone. It makes for X-rated viewing. But one of the issues is staff absences, Leo.
Yeah. So they're being hit by COVID, which I thought we'd done with. I mean, I've got Deltacron right now, and I'm at work.
What?
You've been coughing all afternoon.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I still have some immunity left from Christmas.
Well, let's hope so. Although, Dana, does it raise the question about whether people are now self-isolating because perhaps they got a positive test for COVID? I mean, do we get to the point? I think last week 1 in 12 Brits were said to have COVID.
Yeah.
Do we get to the point now, as with the common cold, that you still go to work?
How many times are you going to come off of work? I mean, I've been in a situation where I've been double booked for stuff, and I've had bookers just say, "Oh yeah, she has COVID." So it's the ultimate sickie that I think
it really is. No one argues. That's right. But I mean, is it time to revisit that? I mean, we don't want to run around giving people COVID.
No, of course.
But on the other hand, I mean, if planes are not flying, if offices are not fully staffed, if hospital wards haven't got enough nurses or doctors, is it time for a recalibration of our attitude to COVID?
I think it probably is, because I don't think that there is necessarily an end in sight. As you know, Deltacron is on the horizon, and there's a risk of so many new mutations to come up. But I do think, the suggestion at the beginning for a lot of countries like Sweden, for example, was herd immunity. And it kind of seems like it's going to happen whether or not we want it to.
Right, yeah. I mean, what do you think? Are people pulling unnecessary sickies, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's the perfect excuse. The whole of COVID, furlough was the world's biggest sickie. It was a state-mandated sickie. Everybody got to stay inside, play Xbox for like 12 months and get 80% of their salary. No wonder people didn't want it to end. No wonder lockdown's popular in this country. So yeah, I think this one, I mean, I know we've had a lot of conspiracy theories around COVID, but I think this actual thing, because they're telling people to get to the airport 3 hours before the flight. I think this is actually caused by, this has been put into motion by Sunglasses Hut and Weatherspoons. So they want people at the airport for 3 hours browsing the Ray-Bans.
That's right. I was in an airport, I think it was Stansted Airport in Essex a few months ago, and I counted the number of ales sold at the Weatherspoons at Stansted Airport. I think it was 16 ales.
Oh my God.
I think a lot of people,
and it was only 7 a.m.
There's honestly an argument for just doing 2 weeks at the airport.
Yeah.
At some point I may do that. Perhaps Mrs. Dolan and I will have a falling out, and I'll just stick around with the sunglasses and she can go to Italy. Well, it's become something of a fantasy, I'm not going to lie. I want to be like Tom Hanks in that film, The Terminal. Do you know what I mean? I just spend a few days in W.H. Smith.